What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the 20-minute Freedom Project. I'm your host, Josh Lopez, and apparently today I can't talk. But on today's episode, we're going to talk about how strong is your work ethic. Let me ask you something that might sting a little bit. When you say you're working hard, when you tell people you're grinding, when you post a picture of your laptop open at 11:39 p.m. in the dark corner of your kitchen, are you actually working? Or are you just busy? Are you actually producing? Or are you performing like you're on stage? I had to ask myself the same question years ago, and sometimes I have to ask myself on a regular basis. And the answer I found, honestly, it pissed me off. It really did. Because I realized I wasn't even close to my potential. And every time I thought I got close to it, the goalpost moved. Man, it really annoys you. But still, I realized I was confusing stress with effort. Overthinking with some kind of effort or output. Suffering with progress. Like, today, I want to talk to you like a brother, a friend, like the version of me who needed someone to smack me in the side of the head and say, wake up. You're capable of way more than you ever thought you could. Why are you doing that? And think about it. You're doing that and you are obligated to be successful. It might shake you a little bit because it's true. The success is not optional. It's not a luxury. It's not for other people. No one's going to save you. There's no one just going to show up one day and say, here you go, everything worked. Success is your duty, your responsibility, your damn obligation. So let's dive into it a little bit. Rant's probably not over. A few years back, I thought I was working hard. I thought I was going all in, climbing, grinding, hustling, the whole lot. Then one morning, I caught myself doing something that exposed the whole lie that I've been telling myself. I was sitting there at my desk, laptop open, energy drink sitting to my right, journal open in front of my laptop, to-do list. Man, it looked like a freaking shopping list from Costco. You know the ones, you go and you spend freaking $500 on food and maybe some other things that you probably didn't need, but you bought anyway. But instead of doing the first thing on my freaking to-do list, I found myself scrolling my calendars, messing around on my phone on social media. I wasn't doing a damn bit of work. Just looking at my work. Planning my work. Like staring at a treadmill that's on and convincing yourself that you're actually on it and you're burning calories. And you know that voice that talks to you? The one we always try to ignore? It's like, bro, what in the hell are you doing? This is not working. This is stalling. That moment brought me around to reality. Because if you're honest, truly honest, not lying to yourself, but you're honest, you've had those moments too. Moments where you work by rearranging your tasks 5 times, because it might work better that way. Where you plan more than you execute. Where you're preparing endlessly because you're scared to do the real damn thing. Where you tell people you're tired but deep down, you know you didn't actually push yourself. You just kind of showed up and did the reps. I realized I was not performing productively, not producing results, not. There's a big difference. And the difference was the gap between my life back then and the one that everybody wants. We are all still there at times. What we choose to do with that time is what changes where we end up. When we do something like that, psychologists would call this self-licensing. It's when you give yourself permission to slack because you feel like you've already done something hard. There's a study, I think it's either Stanford or Harvard, that found people dramatically overestimate their effort and underestimate their potential output when they're stressed, overwhelmed, and just they let their mind trick them, thinking they're busy, and it's actually equaling productivity. It doesn't. It's not the same. Now, there's is it Ryan Holiday, I think it is. Like, the work is finding something you love so much that you're willing to endure the pain. I think the keyword on that one is endure. That means doing the reps, doing the hard part, doing the stuff no one claps for. It's like an iceberg. You see 10% of the iceberg, but 90% is underneath. All the stress, the effort, everything that it takes is underneath the level of the ocean. Success is your obligation, not your hobby, not a hope, not your maybe someday. It's your obligation right now. Imagine if you were treating success like feeding your kids or paying your rent. Like showing up to work so you don't get fired, doing just the bare minimum. Imagine if success wasn't optional. How different would your effort be? So there are multiple different levels to work ethic, and we can kind of break those down. Everyone has it a little bit different, but I think this is pretty self-explanatory. And bear with me, I kept notes because I can confuse myself on this one. I've written it down, but it can help you measure where your work ethic actually sits. So the level 1 is the pretender. You tell people you're working. You want to identify with the effort, lots of talking, no real movement. The level 2 is the starter. You get excited about ideas, you make plans, you start, but ultimately you never finish a damn thing you start. You confuse momentum with achievement. And I know sometimes when, as an entrepreneur, you do that a lot because the new thing is exciting. You want to have the excitement, but it can cause some issues. Level 3, the worker. You show up, you get things done, but only when you feel like it. Consistency is kind of like you're on one of those shaky things I've seen on social media. It's really weird. It's not a workout, but you're reliable, but you're not unstoppable. The next level is level 4. It's the grinder. You do the work, you push past all your resistance, and people around you know that you're serious. Your output is measurable. People can see it. You're not just talking about it. You execute even on the days that you feel like absolute crap and you really just want to go back to bed. And level 5, the warrior, this one is like one out of who knows how many. They're rare. They have obsession with their purpose. This is a discipline over emotion. Like this level, this is where the outcomes compound over and over and over, where freedom becomes real, where your identity rewires itself. Most people say they're a 5, but 98% of them are stuck at level 2. Ask yourself this question. Where are you? Be honest. Not with me, not with your friends, not to have any bragging rights. Ask yourself the question. And don't sugarcoat it. There's a version of you who already lives the life you want. You know them. You feel them. It's that little voice egging you on to go do that thing. You dream about them at night. You see flashes of them when you wake up early, and you can kind of catch that reflection like in the bathroom mirror before the world wakes up. It's a crazy time. That version of you already is working his ass off, or her ass off, either one. And they're not waiting. They're not procrastinating. They're not negotiating with their excuses. They're doing the reps. They're building habits. They're stacking wins quietly and relentlessly, and they're not looking for the freaking applause. Your job is to close the gap between who you are and who you're becoming. And the bridge between those two versions is your work ethic. All the time you put in, all the sleepless nights, and we're back to that iceberg analogy again, where everybody sees that 10%, but they don't see the 90% where you are working your ass off and they wonder why you have no time. I have a challenge for you. And it's simple but brutal. Track your actual work for one day. Not the hours you sit at the computer, not the stress, not the intention, only the output. Ask yourself at the end of the day, what did I actually produce? What moved my life forward? What was just noise and busy work? Where did I hide? Where did I show up? What level of work ethic did I live at today? Rate yourself from 1 to 5. Then take that and commit to improving your level by 1 point tomorrow. Just 1. You don't have to go, say you had a horrible day and you rate yourself at a 1 and you want to be a 5. You don't have to go to 5 tomorrow. You don't have to become that warrior overnight. But you do need to stop pretending you're already there. Freedom isn't found in these fantasies. It's found in the effort, consistency, discipline, unglamorous effort, and doing the actual work. Doing the hard shit. Along with that, you can actually check your day fully with an easy exercise that will actually tell you what you're actually doing. You can do it in Google Sheets. You can do it in Excel. You could just put it on a freaking Word or Google Doc. Doesn't matter. Take the whole thing, lay it all out, go from 5 a.m. to 10 to midnight. I don't care. You pick. And make enough lines for 15 minutes, for a line for every 15 minutes. And track everything you did that day. Every 15 minutes. You can set a timer. Your phone's going to go off a lot if you do it that way. But every 15 minutes, write down what you did. You're going to be embarrassed as hell that you freaking spent that much time on social media. You really will. Or you could do it that way too. You don't want to fill out every 15 minutes? Fine. Limit your social media on your phone. I don't know if you're an Apple user, an Android user. I'm sure they have it for Android too. I wouldn't know. I like Apple. Limit your social media to 15 minutes a day. See how fast that disappears. I bet it's gone like that. But if you want to do a deep dive, I recommend doing the print it out. You can put it on your phone and you fill it out every 15 minutes and review it, and then rate yourself 1 to 5. I bet you're gonna freaking change the way you're handling your day. I bet you will. But look, you don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits. Your work ethic isn't just about success. It's about who you become. It's about the standard you hold for yourself, and that's when no one's watching. All by yourself. What standard do you hold for yourself? It's about earning your own respect and trusting yourself. And if you really want freedom, not the Instagram version or whatever they have some of the out there some days, like I can't imagine how they do that, and it's more ego than anything, but it's the internal version. It requires one thing: show up harder than you think you need to, and then do it again tomorrow. Because freedom isn't found, it's built, one rep at a time. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Wake up in the grind, clock ticking, 20 minutes flat. Freedom main-handed, knives built where the real ones at. From broken dreams to unbreakable schemes.